Let's talk about books which define and support the Black identity. Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel Booked Line and Sinker. Today I want to share with you 4 books, 3 of which have been written by Black authors and 1 has been written by a white. Now these books have touched me, they've influenced me, they've given me a deeper understanding of the Black struggle and what it might mean to face discrimination day in and day out. I'm really excited to be sharing these names with you because I absolutely loved each one of them. If you're new here, I'm Nimisha and on this channel we have inspiring conversations about books and all things related. So if you are a book lover and you enjoy today's review, please don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Well, without further ado, let's get into today's video. The first book I want to talk to you about is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. Now, this is a fairly recent book written in 2020 and I was really eager to pick it up and read it because it's been getting rave reviews. And you know what? It's worth it. The book narrates the story of twins Desiree and Stella who are Black. However, they're so light-skinned that they can pass off as whites. Now, their lives fork apart when they move away from their small town and each of them makes a decision for their future basis the color of their skin. Desiree decides to embrace her blackness, gets married to a Black man, has a daughter who is dark-skinned, while Stella decides to shed her blackness and start afresh with a new identity as a white. The premise of this book is so interesting and every chapter is left as a cliffhanger. So I ended up reading half the night just to finish this book. The characters which Brit Bennett has created were so real and engaging that I could actually feel Desiree's longing for her sister. And I could also understand Stella's decision to live a lie and pretend to be white. The story also delves into the next generation, which is Stella and Desiree's daughters, and how they grapple with their skin color as well as their identity. The book is not just about racism, it's about defining and finding your identity as a person. It also talks about critical decisions which one might make, which define the direction in which our life moves. This book is certainly worth the hype and I would definitely give it a 4.5 stars and recommend that you read it. If you're looking for a light read on a serious subject, I would recommend Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams. Now this book is a cross between Bridget Jones' Diary and Americana. The main character of the book, a Black woman called Queenie, gets dumped by her white boyfriend. And the story is about how her life spirals out of control post that breakup. She continuously turns towards white men for comfort and support. And the book is also about how she deals with her depression and loneliness after the breakup. When she decides to deal with her issues by going to a counselor, this is approached with a lot of apprehension within her Jamaican household. Her grandmother is not exactly thrilled about her choices. This made me think not just about racism, but how mental health issues need to be acknowledged and there still exists a bias against them, and not just as a reader but as a community we need to address this urgently and remove the stigma which is actually attached to mental health problems. This book will make you laugh and this book will also talk to you. I would give this a 3.5 stars and suggest you read it when you're looking for a light, laid-back kind of a read. I'm going to now talk to you about a big, ambitious book. This one is Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. This book covers a span of about 300 years from the onset of slavery until present day. It starts off in Ghana, Africa with the story of 2 half-sisters who never meet. One of them gets married to a British colonial officer and another one gets captured and sent off to America as a slave. And every chapter is a story of their subsequent generations. So the structure of this book was very interesting. Every chapter covered about 20 to 30 years and was a vignette of a different character's life. and important historical events which have affected blacks were covered in each and every chapter. For example, from the onset of slavery to its abolition, to the Civil War, civil rights movement, etc., etc. I loved the characters which Yaa Gyasi created, and the backstory of every character could be found in the next chapter. I did feel a little more attached to the earlier characters because I thought that she had fleshed them out a little better. The later ones I felt were a little more revolving around the political events in themselves. However, having said that, it's one hell of a read. And you absolutely must pick up this book. This book made me cry more than once. It's such a raw depiction of the cruelty and apathy of whites. I would give this book a 5 stars and would not shy away from calling it the next big American novel. Please do read this one. The fourth book I want to talk to you about is The Help by Catherine Stockett. Now, this book was also made into a movie starring Emma Stone and Jessica Chastain, and which was also a critical hit. It was a really good movie. If you've missed it, please do check it out as well. Well, as they say that the book is always better than the movie, it's a smooth, flowing page turner. The story is about Black American maids living in the South working for white employers. The main character is a white elite woman who secretly compiles the stories, the inside stories of these American maids. Catherine Stockett is a white woman herself who grew up in the South, and you can feel the honesty with which she writes this book. It's not just about black-white relationships, it's also about trust and mistrust between an employer and their help. This book really cut close to home because I've grown up in a house where we've had help and they've taken care of me while I was young. I also have help today to take care of my young children. This book made me think about that inherent distance which exists between us and our help, and also about the delicate thread of trust which is holding it together. Now, this is an easy read. It's a page turner, and it's one of those books that, really grows on you. I would give it about a 4 stars and highly recommend that you read it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do give me a thumbs up and share with me which books which define the Black identity have you really enjoyed reading. Write me a line in the comment section below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. If you're looking for the names that I've spoken about today, they're there in the description box below, so please do check them out. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the bell icon because I take out a new video every week and you don't want to miss it. Until the next book, bye-bye.